What up, brothers? It's Clipper King returning, this time with my proper camera, and I'm just going to film again the items I filmed yesterday, just because when I watched the video back I'd edited it all wrong and the fucking, I don't know, the quality was shit, a lot less than you deserve and I want representing me. So like I said, I'm focusing on the gangster shelf. I think I didn't do the Robert De Niro head sculpt any justice at all with the video that I put up yesterday. I was using the iPhone 5, but for some reason, I don't know if it was the lighting or whatever, but I watched it back and I thought, that looks shit. Nobody's going to go out and buy a Robert De Niro figure if that's the advert for it. So I just wanted to show it again. Obviously now you can see, got a necktie sorted, got gloved hands, which he does have in this scene, got him with a bag full of money, and yeah, we'll tell you what all those parts are that I've used to make that. I will eventually do one from scratch. It may look more accurate, but I kind of like that, and I suppose I've got the parts laying around, so it's a lot cheaper for me just to do that. Like I said, with this camera now, I can get closer and obviously better quality. Just want to get you from every angle. I do really like it. I'd seen the Brothers production one, and I also saw, I think it comes with 2 head sculpts, and I noticed Nenny had painted one, and he got the other one looking really respectable. When I was checking for one myself just to finish this gangster shelf off, I spotted this one, and I realised I'd not seen nobody video it up to now. Now, I don't know if it's common, I don't know who's got it, I've not seen it before, like I said, but I wanted to give you my opinion and also just let you know that this head sculpt is out there. Like I say, it cost me £25. That's from Hong Kong, or from Thailand. I can't remember where it came from. And that's to England. It took a couple of weeks to come, but I'm more than happy with it. When I got it out, all my mates at work knew exactly what it were. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I think it just, I think it really gets the sets the gangster shelf off nicely, because everybody knows, obviously. You've got your Carlito up front, Neil McCauley from Eat, which is the version I've done. Obviously the sculpt comes with a goatee beard, and that's the only time. That's obviously the head sculpt from that film, because his hair's sort of combed back with a goatee. Obviously if he didn't have the goatee on, and I don't think it'd be too hard to scrape that goatee off either, if I'm honest. So you could get him possibly a Goodfella version, but I went with the Eat version. At the back got the Marlon Brando, the godfather of them all, and then over that shoulder he's got the respect version of Scarface. So what did I use on this? Obviously it's the war version Scarface suit. I did want to use a quality suit, but obviously to pick a quality suit up on eBay is hard for a couple of reasons. You don't know how good the quality is until you get it, and also you don't know what the fit's going to be, so you're going to struggle to buy a body and then know how a suit's going to fit. I already knew that that suit looked good on that body, because obviously it's off the Scarface version. The head pops off, and that one just sort of sits on the neck. It don't click on, but it does sit on, and you can move it around, obviously, because it's got a rubberized neck. So the suit and the shirt is the war version Scarface. That's just a makeshift black necktie, just for some material laying around the house. So yeah, I've tied that, tucked it in. Obviously didn't have a waistcoat on, but underneath that it would normally have a like an ammo vest. Obviously I've not picked that up, so I've just buttoned the coat too, so you won't see it anyway. The gloved hands, just move Carlito out of the way so I can fucking get him. Whoa. The gloved hands, probably recognise them off the Terminator figure. Obviously he's going to wear gloves, he just robbed a bank, don't want to leave no print. So yeah, they're off the Terminator figure, as is the duffel bag. And then the M16, well, one I picked up when I used to have the Rambo figures and I'd still got it. So that is the accurate gun, although the stock is not accurate to the movie. But like I said, I'm not anal about things like that. I wanted it to look close enough for people to know it is, but I'm not going to go to every detail. So the main reason of the video obviously is the head sculpt. So I'm more than happy with it, and nobody really left any thoughts on it. Somebody said they thought it looked good from profile, but I think with this camera it should look better. And I will say the paint apps on it are really good, and the sculpt is pretty dead on, really. And like I say, I'm just buzzing to have a Robert De Niro on the shelf, because not a lot of people have got them. So, yeah, happy with that. I'm going to put a short pause in, and I'm going to set up the Rocky displays again, but I'm going to put them on, I don't know if to put them on this shelf or on the other shelf, and try and show you the head sculpts a bit closer than my iPhone did. So if you bear with me, I'll not be a minute. Right, moving on. Again, like I said, I told you in the video I'd bought the NECA figures. I bought 8 of them just to set up 4 fights from the Rocky films and displays. And again, I don't think the iPhone did them any justice at all. I don't think I had the light on when I was filming the Rocky figures, so the head sculpts looked very vague, and I didn't do the figures any justice, nor the paintwork, nor the plastics that they're using for the sculpts. So I just want to show. This is like what I've set up from the second fight of Clubber and Rocky. Obviously Rocky's wearing his American trunks, Clubber's wearing his black. Clubber's world champion at this minute, and this is where Rocky sort of knocks him out to win the title back. So obviously looking there, got the awesome head sculpt on Clubber, got him sort of, Rocky's throwing like sort of leaping right uppercut, catching him sort of on side at jaw, and then he's moving back and away. If you look at the sweat and the paint texture on the Clubber, NECA doing these 7-inch figures, and I've got to say, obviously they're not hot toys, but they don't cost 200 quid, so you're never expecting them. But I would say, if you take a muscle body hot toy, the articulation on these are as good as the muscle body from hot toys. If you could put that head sculpt on a 12-inch figure, it'd be better than the Clubber line that hot toys did, and that is fact, having seen both. Same with the Stallone, and I would say the bodies are better on these than they are on the hot toys figures. The rubber body were good for the time, but it aged very fast. The only limitations with any of these figures are, because the shorts are pretty tight, the leg articulation suffers, although once you warm the rubber shorts up, you can get some decent leg spread. The detailing, I'll separate them from that pose, and I'm going to show all 8 figures I've got. So obviously here, you've got the black short version of Clubber. Look at the head sculpt. All the way around. Beautiful. Like I say, on the body, the sweat texture, nice. The detail, the gloves, same with the boots, the Nike boots, but obviously you would just have to paint on the tick, but everywhere the tassels, really nice. They do stand pretty well on their own, although if I were going to leave them post full time, I would get some clear bases that I could pop into that hole. If anybody knows, or has anybody got 8 of them spare, clear plastic that'll fit into them, please let me know, or send them me, or I'll buy them off you or whatever, because I'd really appreciate them. So I ain't got a fucking clue where to get them from, and I really need them, so I want to do boxing style poses. So that's the Clubber, awesome figure, more than happy with it. The Rocky, put his arm down. This one is the Rocky 4 version actually, and it comes with a battle damaged head. Now the heads are interchangeable, which is really good, because for one of the poses I've got set up with the other Clubber, I'm getting him at the moment when Rocky's getting knocked out and the spit's flying out his mouth. Now that was the head that come on this, but I think every body and every head is good in its own way. Again, the detail on the gloves, look at the skin texture. Some of the paint looks a little bit unrealistic, but I think for a 7-inch figure, you're not going to find many much better than that. Adidas boots, toe articulation, rotation under the knee. Like the knees, the joints, if you look at them from there, they're obvious. If you look at his left leg, that's not too obvious, I don't think, for a boxing figure. Now if NECA started doing heavyweight boxers through the ages, I'd be fucking all over them, not a fucking problem. At £12 to £15 each, these are a total bargain, and I'm a massive Rocky fan, but can you imagine me having a fucking 7-inch version, Muhammad Ali, Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis, fucking Jack Dempsey, going back as far as you want? That would be beautiful, and I would take great pride in that collection. So anybody who had good foresight to pick these figures up, respect to you. On to the next pose. Got the Rocky 1 versions, and these are the battle damaged versions, and they came from the 2-figure set. Now the way I understand it, and somebody could correct me on this if I'm wrong, they released these in separate packages, and what they did, they sculpted them and then they painted over them. Now on these versions that weren't the case. By the time they did the double set, they sculpted them in like a translucent plastic and then painted over it. So what it gives is a realistic skin tone and texture, which when I move them into light a bit more you will see. Look at fucking facial expression and how accurate that is to film of Carl Weathers. That is awesome. The over the top makeup, what they used in the original Rocky film, they just captured it awesome. Same with the Rocky, a little bit too red, but I'll tell you a little trick of trade. I had a little sit down with this figure early on, and just with my thumbnail I scratched over the reddening and it took it down a treat. Now I think that is pretty accurate to the film. The hair's plastered to his forehead because it's covered in sweat. He's got welts on his body and he's got blood on the shorts, and I think the attention to detail is second to none. Fucking, like I said again, the Adidas boots, the tasseled laces, the socks look accurate. Rocky's boots, accurate. Socks look good. Length at socks, length at shorts. The gloves, and another good thing, they don't replicate the glove over and over again. The different sculpts from different fights, which, like I say, attention to detail is unreal. Show you that pose, what's happening. Apollo's coming, thrown a long right hook over the top. You can see he's balancing left leg forward, balancing on his toe with his right leg. He's coming over with that right hook, catching Rocky, and that's the momentum of the punch onto his face, turning him round. He's come over the top of his guard, and that is fucking awesome. To look at the figures one at a time, like I say, the sculpt on every one of them is good. Look at scowl on his face. He's still got eye at tiger at this point, brothers. You've got to recognise. Like I said, the reddening is a little bit striking when you first see it, but go back to the film, have a look. The over-the-top makeup were there. Blood marks on his body. The chest there leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's still pretty accurate to the film. Like I said, skin texture is really good. Tone, detail on gloves, beautiful. Blood on shorts, like a red blood wash. Everlast shorts, got the license. That's what I like. Looking accurate. Blood even up back where he's probably wiped his gloves. Don't know why he's got blood up his back. I don't know, might have been bumming knee before. Don't know what's happened there. But looking at that head on, that is Rocky, brothers. And remember, this is not a 12-inch, £200 figure. That is a 7-inch figure from NECA between 12 to 15 quid. And I've enjoyed collecting these no end. Like I said, respect to all the other brothers, because I did watch a lot of reviews before I bought these. So I saw the production shots when they come out, and I was always teetering on brink of getting them. And at the end I thought, fuck it. There's no coming out that excites me from Hot Toys. I've got some money in my PayPal account. I'm getting on these. Moving on. This is sort of thing I like. Obviously the head sculpt. The afro, how it covers his ears, just like Carl Weathers did. There's over the top puffing around the eyes. It's not realistic, but it's accurate to the film. The chest there, the muscle tone. They haven't used the same body over and over again. Even arms, sections of arms, all different. The gloves pop on and off. The heads pop on and off. The shorts here, look. It looks like he's got a foul protector there, and then his shorts are pushed up round it. Just looks fucking awesome. Again, muscle definition on his legs. Realistic, athletic looking. Just nice. Look at that. See, I love doing boxing poses because you've got to be balanced at all times in boxing. And he is. You'd think he'd fall over there, but he ain't. Got him just right. Momentum of that right up coming round. That's fucking beautiful. I'm going to move on to another pose. And this, my friends, is beautiful. This is what I like. Facial expression. Not just a vanilla, everyday run-at-mill pose where he don't look like he's doing shit all other than looking. Look at that. That's Stallone through and through. He's smacked round his right chops. His fucking head spinning off and blood squirting out. Now, if that weren't in that pose, it'd look ridiculous. It looked like he was sucking a worm. But you can see momentum. It's hitting his hair, swinging around, knocking spit out his mouth. Look on fucking Clubber's face. It's just as he's knocking him out in their first fight when he takes title off Rocky just after Mickey's fucking collapsed in corridor. Beautiful pose. Now, this is what I was saying. When I first got all these figures, you notice they're very stiff. So I always like softening the joints, articulate and move them round. What you notice is the shorts, like I said, they're 80s style shorts on most of the figures. So they're little shorts. They're not like the baggier shorts that they wear nowadays. So they've recreated that on the figure. All separate sculpts, like I've said. But what you get is, if you look at that underneath, the join under there, when it comes it's fastened, but I move the legs back and forth a lot, and what it does is, what the clubber's done in a minute, I'll show you. Just show you the shorts. Rocky there, accurate. Again, the Nike boots, but they didn't have the license, but they look close enough. The laces at correct colour, socks at correct colour, gloves, sponsor on glove, or the manufacturer on glove. Like I said, this head sculpt is off the American short version, but you can mix and match, and all the colour tones match. So that is beautiful. That is fucking Rocky through and through. Let me show you. Look at that. Boom. Oh. Moving on to clubber. I'll move his arm in a minute so you can get a good look at head sculpt. The shorts, like I said, on this one, I've split it. I thought, fuck it, this still looks like he's got shorts on. Look, that's good enough for me in that pose. The shorts are split, no arm done. Look how wide his legs are. Beautiful. Look at his stance. Beautiful again. Tassels on boots, socks. Different leg sculpts again. Stockier legs, shorter arms but more muscular. Bigger chest. Again, sweat tones. Looking paintwork. Unreal. Listen boys, for a few quid or a few dollars, these figures could be yours. Morris has said before, he collected smaller figures before he got started with Hot Toys just to practice articulation, and going back to these has really got me buzzing again. I'm just going to say on that, and I'm looking at this in the camera, his eyes look black, but in hand they don't look that black. You know, where his eyes are closed, what would be his eyelashes, in hand they're not that noticeable, but this, I don't know if it's because the lighting or because the camera's so sharp, it's making him look really black. I don't know. Again, look at the sculpt. Mr. T, fucking 1 zillion%. So much better than the Hot Toys attempt. If they made this in 12-inch, it would have outsold the Hot Toys 1.5-1, no doubt. Look at that, coming around, boom, big left hook, knocking spit out of Rocky's fucking dial. And down rocks down there. Oh, Mick. Moving on to Rocky 4. You can see, get it set up, that's the pose. What I've gone for there, Ivan's trying to throw, stick out the long left jab, keep Rocky at bay. He's slipped off, stepped out to the right, come back, right shot, underarm. Right back at kidneys, that's where it's going. So you can see, Drago at this point realises he's sort of missed him, so he's looking sort of across his arm and down. He's defending, slipping, coming back with a right to body. Looking awesome. And like I say, both holding the poses, the legs are spread nice, they're holding well. And bearing in mind, this is on glass. Now, if I were leaving them long term, I've got our Callum and our Lennon running around this bedroom, they'd last about 30 seconds. So like I say, I could do with them transparent stands for them if I were going to leave them up a long time. But I just wanted to show them, just so you're getting a proper look at these figures. So one at a time. That's the pose I've gone for. Again, different sculpts from fucking top to toe. Awesome. Again, different washers. Some are more battle damaged than others. The shorts are different. The boots are all different. The proportions are good. Ivan's feet are obviously bigger than Rocky's. Ivan's gloves are obviously bigger than Rocky's. It's just good stuff. And you don't get giraffe neck like you got with the Hot Toys one. So looking at Drago. This one's the battle face version, just after he's cut him. Remember in the fight? It's a cut, and it's a bad cut. So yeah, you get that. Sculpted hair. The only thing is, the hair at this point, I think, had sort of fell down out of style and gone more down onto his forehead, but I'm not bothered because that is more iconic to have it like that. Again, tough wear gloves. So, painted well. People told me that NECA's paintwork was shit, to be honest, and that's why I avoided these figures so long. But for a 7-inch figure, I'm more than happy with them. Look at his face. Boom. Black gum shield. Beautiful. So, looking down. Got the Russian shorts. Or Soviet Union shorts, should I say. Right back of his boot. Again. Got the decals. You got sweaty texture again. There's obviously the white skin tone on this one. I think that's the other thing I know that NECA have done. They've caught the difference between the whites and the black fighters. They've caught it really well. So yeah, awesome. It's a good stance, longer arms, so you can replicate the fact he's got a reach advantage over Rocky. They do also do this figure in with the clean sculpt. It's a completely different sculpt, and I might get it. And the yellow shorts with a red trim, I might get that, although I would then need another Apollo because it's from the fight when he kills Apollo. So I'm happy with this one for now, and this was the one I wanted first, but I might go back and get the yellow version, mainly just for an head swap. But yeah, really nice figure again. This is a Rocky 4 version. Got the sleepy, droopy eyes, so it could be a poster shot, it could be mid-fight. There's no battle damage on this one. I think they've captured him reasonably well. I think the sculpt's always good. I think what sort of keeps it away from Hot Toy Standard is, and this must be a nightmare to do on this scale. I mean, that scale, look, that's my thumbnail and that's its head. So to try and get accurate paint on his eyelashes and eyebrows must be a fucking bastard. But NECA have done it really well. I mean, look at that pose. I love boxing poses. Something historic about it. I don't know if that's the correct word, but I like it. Again, definition on the muscles, the veins, even the nipples, everything. Like I said, some versions have splash marks from the blood spill. Bit of wear on the shorts, bit like a rub. I think that's how it's supposed to be. You know, if you've been rubbing your gloves against your shorts to wipe the blood off or whatever, it's got that worn look about it. Nice. Again, the Adidas boots, socks, really well done. And just another awesome figure. If I were to set them all up on one shelf, particularly if I were to put it on a shelf like that with steps, I think it could be a really good display and something that I haven't seen too many people have. And some might say, oh, they're only cheap figures, anybody can collect them. This is an elitist collection. And I think to myself, fuck all that, collect what you like, get the licenses you like, get the figures you like. Don't let nobody tell you you're boring. Don't let nobody fucking, I don't know, disrespect you, especially when people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Some of the most boring people on YouTube are calling others boring, and I find it fucking amazing. When all they do is sit and broadcast on what other people are doing, don't bring nothing to the table themselves, and then they're saying that this person's boring and that person's boring. But I'm not even getting into that. Don't need to make anybody no more famous than I've already made them, and they should be thanking me all the way, not fucking putting shout outs to people who came to YouTube following in my footsteps, and then I'm hearing this fucking dingbat fucking shouting them out, thinking, get a grip, you fucking moron. But anyway, that's for another day. So anyway, from me and the Rocky collection, and from Robert De Niro, let me know your thoughts on that, De Niro brothers. We're out of here.